Hmm. He needs some water. Mm, I don't like to go out looking pale as a ghost all the time. I can still be a woman, Brenda.
lost almost 110 pounds. I'm going back to the 90s. I wear clothes that I was in the 90s. So what I do is I put out my closet. I set boxes of clothes for my sorority sisters. And we have a little artificial thing cleaning out my sister's closet. But also, I give clothes and shoes to the audience. There have been audience galleries, right? So if you are in the Southern California area and you happen to get tickets to the top, you might get something out my closet. And lastly, all this stuff y'all wearing came out when I was younger. So why would I give up all the good things that I could be wearing now?
Hey, it's still sparking joy. That's what it's all about. Coming up next, a California woman comes to the rescue when a South African bride desperately wants a special dress. See, this speaks to that. She was giving back the dress. It's a sweet story. You don't want to miss it.
Postmenopausal women with
Yeah.
HR-positive
just need water.
breast cancer are
Can't get into March. He's gonna be gone all February. So
Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit treatment. Tell your doctor early when you have new life-threatening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heart, dizziness, yellowish skin eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection. Or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live love.
My most important patient's tool, my brain. So I choose Nariva Plus. Unlike some others, Nariva Plus is a multitasker supporting 16 indicators of brain health to help keep me strong. Nariva, think bigger.
Valley is committed to protecting our national because some memories can't be made in person. Life happens out there.
Still moving toward what's next, even with higher stroke risk. So if there's a better treatment than warfarin, I'll go after that. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding than warfarin. Eliquis has both. Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious
Neutrogena Hydro Boost. Lightweight, fragrance-free, 48-hour hydration for that healthy skin glow. Neutrogena for people with skin.
Age-related macular degeneration may lead to severe vision loss, and if you're taking a multivitamin alone, you may be missing a critical piece. Preservision. Preservision AREDS 2 contains the only clinically proven nutrient formula recommended by the National Eye Institute to help reduce the risk of moderate to advanced AMD progression. Clinical studies.
And it's from the eye experts at Bausch & Lomb.
So ask your doctor about adding Preservision and fill in a missing piece of your plan.
Like I do with Preservision.
A TikTok video has gone viral for the sweetest reasons. A California woman named Emily Heath came to the rescue of a South African bride who had been desperately looking for the perfect dress. It turns out that dress was in Emily's closet. Take a look at what she wrote.
When I got an Instagram message from a complete stranger asking if I was willing to help her wedding dress, at first it was a hard no. So I started thinking about how I cried the first time I put it on, and how this dress that was so important to me is just languishing in a closet for the past 3 years. So I was like, you know what? After you're done, sure, go ahead. So I boxed it up, and I shipped my wedding dress off to Africa. She put the dress on her face, and then she invited us for a wedding. And we were like, you know what? Okay, yeah, let's go.
If she's never gonna tell.
Our families truly made us feel
Who's the first one you gotta speak up? Today? Okay, what's really good is George Owen, we remember all the time? That she puts it into, so you tell me. So I'm just confused about my overdraft policy. In other words, you put in $800, anything till that money's gone, is you already really covered it yourself. You just allow them to have that money to pay for it, so you don't have to run the bank. So I like barbecue, candles, they have that. You don't like his barbecue no more? Candles.
Here's your birthday or Christmas present from them. I can't tell where it's from.
Terry, get water, so if you hear
Okay.
anybody.
$50. I don't know where it's from, but whenever you decide.
They're getting water doors.
Okay, that's fine. I figured I saw you going out to unlock the door.
But that they went through those doors, so I came back to the garage.
I only have one rule. I want an invite to that wedding. I want to come to that wedding.
Oh my gosh,
I'll have Pete, please. I want Pete.
that's gorgeous too. You look at that hair, Jerry. Wow, cute hair.
I do have 2 kids in making.
Acclaimed songwriter Diane Warren and singer and actress Sophia Carson. They are here. They're going to tell us about their new song, Squad. It is getting awesome. Oh, it's beautiful.
You didn't live this strong, this long, to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. But 1 out of 2 women over 50 will suffer a fracture from osteoporosis. You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%. Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jaw bone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity. Hey, Dark Roast drinkers, it's Dunkin', the place you didn't think was for you. Well, meet the side of Dunkin' you haven't seen. The darkest, roastiest side we've ever had. Pretty good dark voice, huh? Dunkin' Midnight, America runs on Dunkin'.
For just a little bit more and get you unlimited minutes, data, and 6 hotspots, concert coupons, table subscription, dental cleanings.
You need all that?
Do I need all that?
I wouldn't think so. You should use Consumer Cellular. You have everything you need, nothing to jump. I'll throw in this tiny little fan. Car wash voucher? Light up so expensive. Think they're lost. Get the same coverage as the major carriers at half the cost. Save up to $250 a year on all the talk, text, and data you need. Consumer Cellular.
Ubrelvy helps you fight migraine attacks. You won't take a time out. 1 dose of Ubrelvy quickly stops migraine in its tracks within 2 hours. Do not take a strong substitute for inhibitors. Most common side effects are nausea and tiredness. Ask about Ubrelvy at any time, anywhere, migraine medicine. American families afford an average of $400 a year of meat and poultry. Ziploc bags help protect meat against freezer burn. Unlock at-home dinner dates. Ziploc. Unlock life. SC Johnson.
I brought in a Sure Max protein with 30 grams of protein. Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Sure Max protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients for immune health.
Tonight's young Sheldon proves hard to resist.
She was totally hitting on you. It's fine. We're on a couple.
For having a baby.
You're not tied down. We get 2 votes. You're not tied down.
Don't miss a new young Sheldon tonight on CBS. When that alarm goes off, start your day with us. CBS Mornings. The Idaho murder suspect. We think he left that sheath on purpose.
He could have just been a calling card. The car is a rolling crime scene.
He's answering questions that aren't asked. New Dr. Phil.
Weekdays at 3 on KRQE News 13.
Are you 40 to 65 years old and experiencing hot flashes due to menopause? Local doctors need your help with the OASIS research study. We're testing the safety and effectiveness of a non-hormonal investigational medication to see if it will help reduce hot flashes. Participants may receive all study-related care at no cost, and compensation may be available. To learn more, call 505-207-0287. Text OASIS to 69841 or visit oasisstudies.com.
After you've been injured in an accident, you're going to have a lot of questions.
Who pays my medical bills? Will I ever be able to work again? Who can answer all of these questions?
We can.
It's time to start your journey as a New Mexico State employee with competitive pay and benefits. Join us at the New Mexico Department of Corrections. Call us today at 505-827-8900. Go to cd.nm.gov for more information.
The Border Patrol changing policies on pursuits. The details at 4. A legendary songwriter with dozens of top 10 hits. And her latest collaborator, a multi-platinum selling artist and movie star of films like Descendants and Purple Hearts. Now they've joined forces as the writer and voice behind the inspiring song Applause from the film Telemeca Woman. Let's give some well-deserved applause to the incredibly talented Diane Warren and Sophia
We have to ask, you are, this is just such an honor that you are here. Earlier we were talking about Shakira airing out some of her issues with her ex. How do you feel about artists airing out issues?
Wow, I bet that's really subtle. I know. I mean, you get a good, sometimes it's great to have a really good angry song. Yeah. You know, we don't have to make it so specific. You know, maybe that's, maybe just write an email or a text. She's very funny.
Applause, which we just heard is on the short list for an Oscar. You heard the news.
I was actually with Diane. She told me that we would be finding out around noon. I think it was December 22nd. I ran over to her studio. The elevator doors were opening, and she said we're on the list. And we were together. She was wearing her lucky sweater. I was wearing a sweater that she gave me that says, "Give yourself some applause." And
Lucky sweater, because that's why you don't dig in people's closet, because we might have lucky clothes.
you can't have my lucky clothes. You can never give away your lucky clothes.
That's right, that's right. So, okay, what has it been like working with this young lady?
Young lady, love that. Yes, come on. Keep it going.
Yes.
Working with Diane has been one of the greatest honors of my life. And it's no secret to any of us here that she has written the music that has defined decades, that is synonymous with love and for her to trust me to be the voice of this anthem I'm infinitely grateful. I text her all the time now. Thank you. I feel the same. You do? Well, not about me. About her. Like, I mean, having Sophia. Okay, so look, is she gorgeous? Yeah. Okay. So I want everybody to know that she's as beautiful on the inside, as she is on the outside. And so there was no other, and she's a great singer. So there was no one else for the song, you know. And I knew it when we were in the studio, but I knew it before. You wrote it with her in mind? No, I wrote it to write great songs. I usually don't write with somebody in mind. But then it's like, then I cast the song with an artist. And if I'm doing something for a film, I'm casting, you know, it has to be, the artist has to be authentic to the film. These are several films about very strong women. And Sophia is a badass. She didn't lose her license. Don't worry, we'll make a fight. Don't worry. So now, and let's give you the applause you deserve because your legendary career, 34 years in the business, songwriting. Longer than that. Okay, but 13 nominations. 13 nominations, and you got an Oscar. I love the speech you gave. We have a clip of it. Take a look.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Mom, I finally found a man. Like, I know you wanted him to be a nice Jewish boy, but it's really hard to tell. I'm just not sure. But whatever, he's still a guy. I'm taking him home, and we're going to have a very good life together. I've been waiting a long time for him.
And of course, you're there with Sherry. You have written a lot of songs for Sherry, including If I Could Turn Back Time. Yeah. Is it true she almost didn't sing this? What happened?
Oh, she hated it. I had to let her. She hated it. I tried everything to get Sherry to do that song. And finally, I just went to the studio. She was doing another song, and I go, just forget that other song because it's not a hit. This one is. I let go of my knees. I held her leg down. I really did. And I go like, I'm not letting go of your leg. She's let go. I'm not going to say the language that she used because it was like the kind that got beat down. And she goes, I'm not doing it. I hate it. I go, I'll pay for it. Okay. And she said she agreed to do it. You know, and I'll put my money where my heart is. You know, but I knew it would be great. And I remember singing the vocal, and in the vocal booth, looking at me like, you are right. Excellent. But it worked out. But I just don't give up when I believe in something. Yeah. And you know what? You guys can't either. When you guys believe in something, when everybody tells you you can't do it, and if you believe with all your heart and soul, never let anybody stop you.
That's right. Love that, Diane. That's awesome. All right, we're going to have more with Diane and Sophia, including what the song is really about.
Sometimes the lows of bipolar depression feel darkest before dawn. With Capilita, there's a chance to let the light shine through and light tomorrow with the hope from today. This is a chance to let in the light. Capilita is a once daily pill that is proven to deliver significant relief across bipolar depression. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Capilita treats both bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients death or stroke report fever, confusion, stiff, or uncontrollable muscle.
I'm just waiting. I really want to talk to you a minute. See if we can make a way to eat the gas. So I'm taking it. He gets in January and I don't have nothing to watch.
Theo's nose was cause for alarm, so Dad brought Puffs Plus Motion to
Dr. Carter's supposed to give me the real Brisola sonogram.
Winter nose, a nose that need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 motion.
All this stuff takes time and I want to do my best. And thanks for understanding that it probably looks stupid. It's all different things. I took out money for the dude. I took out money for the overdraft if you wanted it. I've done it all. And then when I get a couple grand stolen off a card, I won't do that anymore. And I said, Kaylee, if Sherry doesn't want to do the PayPal thing, I can't help you. And she said, oh, she does, but I don't know if them and Deanna have some agreement they take something out of there. I just want Kaylee to have it, so I said, let's don't do that kind of money. Because I mean, she sees it, then she asks you what you're doing, all that stuff.
With Rebelsis.
My A1C is down with Rebelsis.
Once daily Rebelsis significantly lowered A1C better than a leading branded pill. In the same study, people taking Rebelsis lost more weight. Rebelsis isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Rebelsis if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or
So we can get the place that's room in the spring. So let's get this sweat off. I'm going to keep the red back in it. I'm like gray, light gray, and this great smelling paint job. That ain't done it since 14.
$10 per prescription. Tonight, CSI Vegas is all new.
So they, you've seen those hurdles before.
Whoever's ordering these burgers sends the thank you card.
What do you think they're grateful for?
The new CSI Vegas tonight on CBS. Additional sponsorship provided by.
Tired of sciatic nerve pain radiating down your leg and lower back? Get relief finally with Magnolife Leg and Back Pain Relief Cream and get living.
Available at your local retailer.
Yes, tell us about the film and how it inspired your songs.
So these are 7 individual films within a film with the biggest movie stars in America and around the world. So here we have Jennifer Hudson, Eva Longoria, people like that. And then, all these amazing actresses and directors from India, Japan, everywhere. And the trick, usually I write a song for a movie, and it's one song for one movie. And I had to write a song that could kind of tie everything together emotionally with this movie. This is all stories about strong women and everything they go through. And they survive it, and they're stronger for it. So I wanted a song that could really, express that, which is, give yourself some applause, you deserve it, right? We all deserve some applause. And even beyond the movie, you know what, guys, we deserve applause getting through what we've gone through in the last couple of years. Right. Let's give yourself some applause for that.
So please tell us how you connected to the lyrics.
I've always believed that as a young woman in this industry with a voice and a platform, it is one of my most beautiful responsibilities to use my voice to lift up other women. And that's where my heart and soul has always lied. As a UNICEF ambassador, in every role that I play, every song that I write, I keep that in my heart. And when Diane DM'd me, because it was a DM that started all of it, she said, I have the perfect song for you because I think it's in line with who you are, and I read the lyrics for applause. I was so moved and so grateful that she thought of me, and how could I not choose? Look what she said. Right? Look who she is, right? Who else could I ever, I would ever sing this song? This song and what she wrote in this film is so much more than a piece of art, and that's the beauty of art. It has the capacity to make real change, and the mission behind this movie and this movement is, our mission for all of us here, it's gender parity, right? Through the power of art and cinema, and the ambition for not only women, but men and women too.
closet brought you to all over the world. You guys have been all over the world. Sophia, you gotta tell me. Yeah, right. And you're getting a lot of stamps. What did you learn about Diane while traveling?
Oh, well, here, I gotta hold your hand because, first of all, I'll be the most beautiful thing I've learned about Diane is, and you guys can see this here, she is the most humble and grateful person I've ever met, and perhaps undoubtedly the most successful. And that's so beautiful that she takes every single moment, every single opportunity with such gratitude and enjoys it so beautifully. So I missed you, Diane. Thank you. And the second thing, I learned that she also loves shopping. The first trip that we did together, I think you had home then, we were in Italy. And Dan was like, Sophia, why don't we buy sunglasses? So I have matching sunglasses. Have you ever been cooler in my life? Oh, I've never been cooler. I think it's beautiful how you guys are both just sitting here just complimenting each other, so grateful to be in each other's presence and to work with you. I know it's like 40 minutes. It's been nice for you guys. I know hearing this song, like goosebumps, like I had goosebumps all over. Your voice, the lyrics, it is the song we really needed. It really, as we said, it does lift women up. And Oscar voting starts today. January 24th. So Diane, how are you planning to spend January 24th? Are you planning already? January 23rd. Okay, so I have a sleepless sleepover. So I know all the cool people that can, the possible being nominated, say to go to sleep and their agent calls them, whatever. I don't do that. We'll be up all night. Okay, so my friends over, we have pizza, my friends come and cook pasta, and the same people go home early, the insane ones like me and you.
Thank you, Chris. That please bless it stay warm. I'm running the rest of the earth. It was very painful. That's what the nurse just told me. So I'm not trying to put on. It's not going to be fatal. And I hate to use the words out because we don't need to. I don't drink. I'm not doing anything wrong. I want my room done. And not be afraid to spend 200 at Tracy. But I'm not going to keep giving Kaylee any money cards, or I don't know if they pay for it, pal, either. There's something there with them that they're using some of the money, or they would just say either. I don't think that, but she says no, because you don't know what Dan said to them. But don't worry. Please just let me have enough medicine to life. Yeah. I have tolerant pain shooting in their house. I can't keep buying these things when they won't be in. I try everything I got.
The lower you go, the more closet space that'll show. The secret is the ingenious flip-over design.
You want your computer? We're damn sure gonna get that level.
This is hands down the
What
easiest
was
way to
that?
get more closet space. It took me just a few minutes to completely transform my closet.
It's
And
the
now
12th.
I'm shopping again.
It snugly fits all types of hangers, from plastic to wood to metal and velvet, and works with any type of clothing, from shirts and blouses to slacks and jeans, or designer dresses and big heavy suits. Stop searching through clutter for the right outfit. Now you can build an outfit and group it together, so it's easy to find. Even hang purses, belts, and more. Just slide the space triangles onto any hanger and start hanging. You'll instantly create closet space and never be more. Now to get an 18-piece set of space triangles for just $9.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get space triangles at this low price. But you must act fast. There is a strict limit of one closet pack per order while supplies last. Once they're gone forever. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-618-1902. That's 1-800-618-1902. Call visitSpaceTriangles.com. So call 1-800-618-1902. Order now.
Kids can change minds. They can even change the world around us. Patrick team has 21 vitamins and minerals. We nourish them with Carnation Breakfast Essentials.
The cut breathe thing, what?
Helps you fight migraine attacks. You rise to the challenge. You want to improve. So you can do well. Because got migraine and stress within 2 hours without worrying it's too late for where you are. Unlike all medicines, your well-being pill that directly blocks abortion will need to be a cause of death. Do not take this medicine for any of migraine pain relief? Ask to help you save. Ask to help you anytime, anywhere. Migraine is. Get ready for new episodes. How soon? Of Thursday's New Minutes. Your time returns tonight after Ghosts on CBS.
Maybe it is time to listen to your gut. Today we're teaming up with Align Probiotics to learn more about probiotic health in a game we are calling Align's Foul Line Face Off. Senior scientist and my fellow Chelsea Brewster. As you can see, we already have right here on our board in a few minutes. First, let's introduce our teams. Here we have Amanda and Claudia starting each team with 2 basketballs. Folks, asking you true or false questions about probiotics and gut health, so that you can earn up to then 2 more shots. So each team will align up. Get it? That's ready? Here we go. Amanda Napa, you're up first. Okay, first question, true or false? Probiotics help to get rid of bacteria in your gut.
So we gotta do a quick check on this one. This one is false.
Why is that? Probiotics are actually good bacteria that help with digestive balance when added to your gut microbiome. For example, Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a probiotic supplement that was developed by gastroenterologists and formulated with a unique strain of good bacteria to help build and maintain a healthy digestive system. Align is also the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Cheryl and Jerry, you're up. They have 1 point. This one's for you. Okay, true or false? All fermented food contain probiotics. True or false?
Yeah, okay. I agree with you. You said you're feeling good about this. Natalie, Chelsea, we're gonna go with false.
Some people associate probiotics with fermented foods like yogurt or kombucha, but most foods don't tell us which probiotic or how much of that probiotic they contain. Without that information, there's really no way to tell if they contain actual probiotics or that they can offer a gut health benefit. So why guess when instead you can just take 1 Align probiotic capsule a day that's formulated with the amount of Align's unique probiotic strain shown to provide those health benefits. Amanda, back to you. True or false? Probiotics take about a month to start working.
Oh, I know this one. I know.
Should we look it up?
No, I know it. It's true.
To give us the details. This is true. Your body really needs time to adjust to the introduction of this good bacteria, and that's normal. So here's an analogy. You wouldn't expect to see visible results after just a few days of going to the gym. It's the same with probiotics. It takes about a month of daily use to determine whether it's giving you the results you're hoping for. Wow. Good bacteria. All right, final statement, true or false for Cheryl and Jerry, okay? All 4 probiotics probiotics provide the same benefits.
It's too last.
All of the same.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
right, Cheryl, do
Right.
it.
False.
You're right. It's a big misconception. It's false. So all probiotics are not the same. Different strains of probiotics provide different benefits. For example, the unique strain in Align 24/7 digestive support has been shown to help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. But you're pros. You got 4 of them. You guys are great. Well done, team. All right. Good information. You all earned 4 shots of
No.
There's lots of problem, honey. Eat. You don't want nothing spicy at all. Not one cheese little gelato. No sides from Outlaws. Enchilada?
Join the One Probiotic Healthy Gut team up and get $2 and guess what? Everybody is a winner today because everybody in our studio you're going home with a $100 cash gift. For your chance to win, just go to the Twitter page and retweet our post. We will be right back. Have you been keeping up with us?
Everywhere on social media, we're throwing the after party. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Oh yeah, we're staying there at the top CBS. That's the great thing about the talk. You're getting a number of perspectives, and they're all going to be interesting.
Welcome to My Digestive System with My Probiotic. When your gut bacteria is out of balance, you may feel that just one Align daily helps promote a balanced gut and soothe occasional digestive upsets. Join the Align Healthy Gut team, bringing together real Align users
And experts to help you get the most out of probiotics.
Learn more at AlignProbiotics.com. Try Align for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Welcome to an Align Gut. The first
Thanksgiving is upon us. And if you're an animal lover, I hope you'll find a place in your heart to help an animal who's suffering this winter. Animals who've been abandoned and neglected, or freezing in the bitter cold. This holiday season, will you help them? Just call, go online, or scan your monthly gift today. Many animals are alone, freezing, and hungry. But you can give that animal a warm, safe bed, food, and urgent medical care. And most of all, you can give that animal the love that we all need and deserve.
We need 3,000 new donors in the next 30 days. So visit our website, call this number, or scan the code on your screen and donate just $19 a month. Do it in the next 10 minutes, and we'll send you this free welcome kit, including our limited edition Animal Champion t-shirt. You are just one step away from taking what is in your heart and turning it into action to save an animal's life. This holiday season, when we do more for others, you can make all the difference to an animal who needs you. Please be the one to do that for an animal today. Go online, call, or scan right now.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah.
There's back there, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this Robitussin, honey.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
Robitussin, the only brand with real honey and elderberry.
I can't take my eyes off my eyes.
My go-to is Lumify eye drops. Lumify dramatically reduces redness. And look at the difference. My eyes look brighter and whiter for up to 8 hours. It was love at first sight. With Lumify, see for yourself.
This is a mountain of entertainment. And yet, this is groundbreaking original series, new movies, and family favorites.
Yeah.
Free now. Go on, recognize referee on Fox.
We had such a great time today. We will see you back here tomorrow, and our guests will be the always funny Tashina. Also, you spin off the hit shows called 1923. So good. I'm watching it right now. It's a Yellowstone prequel. And tomorrow we're going to talk about one of the show's big stars, Julia Crocker. It's here. And the next week, so go get us the talk about the new season of Toughest Nail, the classic sitcom Night Court is back. She's a new judge. She's going to be here too. I don't want to miss out on the action that happens here on the top. Tune in to see what
They're 80 for Brady this Sunday morning. Keeping an eye on the forecast helps you make the most out of your day, especially if you're on the move.
making it easier to see the best our gorgeous state has to offer. From mountain peaks
To star-filled skies. Our team of meteorologists is keeping track of the weather all over the land of enchantment, especially
So whether you're out finding the perfect gift
or looking for the best views in the state, we've got you covered.
For every kind of day, weather reporting you can trust.
When we switched to AAA insurance and we bundled our home and auto, we were shocked at the savings.
I switched to AAA because I saved over $450. That makes a big difference in my budget.
When we bundled our home and auto, we saved over $750 with AAA insurance.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you can save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you can save.
This type of saving on the insurance goes a long way in helping me do the things I like to do.
The more we've been able to save from AAA insurance, we're able to put that money back into our business.
We might go to the spa, go to concert, go out to eat.
That makes me think about spending money I haven't even checked.
To find out how much you can save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-201-0210 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Rashid Bond and Injury Lawyers is a proud sponsor of Kirky Cares.
Stay tuned. Dr. Phil is coming up next.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, hearing new details about the Idaho murder suspect. I do get a sense that this is a game to him.
The game he believes he was winning.
His interaction with law enforcement seems like he's answering questions that aren't asked. He's deflecting what crime experts are saying about the DNA. The car is a rolling promise. Remained a mystery for 7 weeks. Suspect a DNA sample at the crime scene, cell phone records, and that now infamous wife, Monday Elantra. On November 13th, couples Ethan and Zayna and best friends Kaylee and Madison were stabbed to death in their house near the campus of the University of Idaho after a night out. The murders shocked the nation and left the families begging for answers. As the holidays came and went, detectives quietly gathered clues and eventually led to Kohlberger's arrest in Pennsylvania at his parents' house. Now, they charged the 28-year-old PhD student with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. Disturbing details of just what occurred during the early morning hours inside that house have been released, including what one of the surviving roommates said she heard coming from another bedroom, and what she described she saw when she opened her bedroom door. There are eye-opening revelations today as murder suspect Brian Kohlberger appears in court. All right.
Count 4 alleges that he committed a felony offense of murder in the first degree.
A document reveals that one of the roommates who survived the massacre heard victim Kaylee Gonsalves say, "There's someone here." The roommate saw the killer clad in black clothing and a mask walking towards her. She was in frozen shock as he walked past her and out of the house. Mortensen described the figure as a tall male with bushy eyebrows.
She saw the bushy eyebrows, and then she goes and locks herself in the room and doesn't call 911. I mean, they were called for 8 hours.
The documents also reveal the killer dropped a knife sheath like this one. It was found on the floor near the bodies of Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan, allegedly with Kohlberger's DNA on the body snap.
Police say cell phone records show Kohlberger's phone near the murder scene at least 12 times before the night of the stabbings, beginning in August.
Kohlberger had been spying on the victims, all of them, for many days leading up to the murders, which showed targeted.
On the night of the murders, his car can be seen on video arriving at the house and then speeding away. Prosecutors say he actually returned to the murder scene at 9:12 a.m. that morning, stayed in the room for 14 minutes.
There's still some things we don't know. We don't know motive, we don't know if the suspect knew the victims, and we don't know where the murder weapon is. So Kohlberger, he'll remain in the Latah County Jail without bail.
Well, Kohlberger is back in court today for a preliminary status hearing. And today we're going to delve into what we know about this suspect and analyze behavior leading up to and surrounding the murders. Now, to help me is Joseph Scott Morgan, distinguished scholar of forensics at Jacksonville State University and host of podcast Body Bags with Joseph Scott Morgan. Now, Jonathan Gilliam, former FBI Special Agent, Navy SEAL, Caitlin Becker, senior reporter from DailyMail.com, and Mercedes Collin, Crown Attorney and National Legal Analyst. So thank you all for being here. We've talked about this before, and I really want to delve into it. I want to start by acknowledging the accuracy of what we discussed and talked about before, because predictions here really were pretty darn spot on about what we talked about before. Our experts mentioned the suspect would live close by, and Brian Kohlberger actually lives 8.4 miles from the victim's house in Moscow, Idaho. They described the murder as someone with narcissistic tendencies and a college student. He is at Washington State University. He was bullied in high school, an obsessive vegan with, and many have described him as a know-it-all, very narcissistic in his mindset. We said whoever did this would most likely appear back at the crime scene, and his phone pinged at 9:12 a.m., just hours after the murders, right back in front of the house. We also said DNA would very likely trace this suspect because you can't do what was done and not have some DNA, contact, sweat, blood, whatever. And the FBI were able to match his DNA to the knife sheath. We talked about how the suspect would have very likely left town, drove cross country with his father to Pennsylvania a few weeks later when there was kind of this mass exodus from the town. Those people wanted to get away. So now that the arrest has been made, and we've learned more.
What did you want to eat, Christy? You know. Oh, that's not an eat.
As you learn more about this.
Well, for me, Dr. Phil, I think when the affidavit came out, I was absolutely shocked with how rich an information it was. We don't normally see something like this, and particularly as it went to DNA. You know, they talk about the button clip that's on the sheath that was left behind. It was found, obviously, in the bed adjacent to the victims. And that's probably going to arise, that identification is going to what's referred to as touch DNA.
Now, this is very much like what was found there. And the button that we're talking about is this one right here.
It is.
Which you have to snap and get out. And contact DNA was found on this button right here.
Yeah, so what you're looking at, just think about, okay, let me kind of break this down. You're talking about touch DNA, which for all of us, you know, if you have dry skin, you slough dead skin cells all of the time. And so in this particular case, he would have left potentially several elements that they could identify there, these dead skin cells. You only find a partial strand of DNA in that, but they did find something there that tied directly back to him. And the fact that it was in such close proximity to the bodies might even be an indication as a starting point to when all of this happened. And so this is very powerful information. And it's not necessary that we have the knife at this point, because the knife actually could leave behind more evidence. One of the things that we do at autopsy, at examination, is we do full body x-rays. Okay, just let that sink in just for a second. We do full body x-rays. So this knife, allegedly, has been used repeatedly, 4 times. Okay, let's just think about that. The structural integrity of this thing against the wood, it'll chip. It'll chip. Sometimes points break off. I've seen this any number of times at autopsy. If that is the case, they may very well have recovered a metal fragment from the blade of that knife within the body. And if that is the case as well, you can do metallurgical analysis on that. And the reason that's important is you can tie it back to a specific manufacturer. Just because the sheath was found there doesn't mean that that's the knife that was carried. So you look for a specific forensic tie back relative to the chemical structure of the blade as well. That might be a potential here in this case.
Okay, and you know this knife well. Is it your belief, with this being a sheath, that this was the type of knife that was used?
Most likely. That is a K-bar knife, and that with the Marine Corps insignia on the sheath, that symbolizes that particular knife. Okay. And the branch of the service that use that. We also use that in the Navy.
All right, we've got to take a quick break. Coming up, police pulled over Brian 2 times on his way to Pennsylvania with his son. Where did he at? We're going to take a look.
Yeah.
When I look at this in live behavior, he's answering questions that aren't asked.
First thing I notice is how wide.
Don't you want to eat something?
No. All new, Dr. Phil.
There's nothing to eat.
A juvenile delinquent.
If a child is breaking the law, he runs over a cop and had to be airlifted to the hospital. I don't care about the law. Should they be locked up?
I don't believe in detention.
I wonder what that police officer's wife thinks about that.
Yes, listen.
I want to see a change in the juvenile justice system.
We've got to protect the community and the child from self-destruction. That's Monday.
4, 3,
Chad already has some serious bragging rights.
And the final, we were there, and then when the competition was over, I was the winner.
Find out more about their meeting next Jeopardy. Following KRQE News 13 at 5:30.
This is what it feels like to file with TaxSlayer.
I got it here.
All your people in this big
Here. Is your arm wet? Yeah.
Dedicated team who believes that serving justice starts with serving our clients. Call now and talk to us for free. We'll make sure justice is served. First, call her 332.
One day, the news said that there are much better gifts than toys. New parents opened a $5.29 savings plan from the education plan when you were little. And over time, your family can contribute to your $5.29 plan. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, or just because. Every little bit can help you finish school debt free. You can use it to pay for tuition, books, computers, and much more. Wait until you're my age, and you'll see that $5.29 from the education plan is the gift that keeps giving. Find out more at educationplan.com.
No foods. I need something.
We appreciate everything our next
Not a big deal. I just didn't know.
That's why we waive all limited closing costs for our local heroes.
When we call something Kendall, that's regular.
Police, firefighters, medical personnel, and school teachers. You pay zero. We're invested in our community and we want to help you get into your home. Call your local insurance for all sports. Call 212-7200 today.
Age comes with wisdom. With wisdom comes with benefits. You want to suck it. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and learn more about Cigna Medicare plans in your area. Their tools and resources make it simple and easy. Bears can spell well. Visit CignaWiseCall.com today. You want to flip it.
There's Swell, and there's the insurance company Swell. After you're hurt, never go without. Call White Watson today.
Suspect Ryan Cooper allegedly dumped trash into the garbage can with his parents' neighbors as he hid evidence linking him to the 4 Idaho student murders. FBI agents watching his parents in Pennsylvania reportedly saw Cooper wearing certain glass and go house to house at 4 a.m. with garbage bags.
The agents immediately go retrieve the trash. That's a good thing they did, because they found that trash was destroyed by that match back to the sheet that was left beside the dead victims on the bed.
FBI was able to collect DNA from the trash to connect over to match the property. Now, allegedly, the house witness had cleaned his car multiple times. Now, he was pulled over in his white Hyundai Elantra twice when he was driving cross country with his dad in Pennsylvania. Now, here is police body cam footage from the first time he and his father were pulled over, allegedly for tailgating on December 15th. Take a look at your driver's license real quick like that. See, right up on that man. He was right up on the back end of that van. Together for tailgating. Okay. We get it. Wow. You coming from WSU? It's WSU. Okay, I don't know what's up here. This is the traffic. You're coming from Washington State University, and you're going to what you say about some blood? Okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that incident just yesterday. Mercedes, it has not been confirmed, but I think they stopped him twice on the way, which is pretty unlikely because randomly it seems to be pretty likely that that was a coordinated effort to check on this car and check on what was going on. And when I look at this in live behavior, it seems like he's answering questions that aren't asked, he's deflecting. That's not responsive. That whole thing felt wrong to me. What's your take on that?
It's so true, Judge Phil. The first thing I noticed is how wide-eyed he was. And he doesn't want to engage with the officer. It's obviously very clear. And he keeps going up and sort of this tilt, and he starts correcting his father when his father starts talking about, I think there was a shooting, someone was shot. He's correcting his father. He just wants to get out of there. There was almost, you can see that his affect was, I'm not comfortable. I don't want to continue this exchange. I just want to continue driving.
Yeah, put yourself in, as hard as it might be, put yourself in the position of knowing you've been committed for brutal murder. And you look in your rear view mirror and you see lights. And you're thinking, it's like, whoa.
Yes.
So you're going to be, your heart's going to be beating 300 beats a minute. And then somebody comes up and they start asking questions. And you notice they didn't ask for insurance. They didn't ask for car registration. They didn't issue a warning. They just wanted to chat him up a little bit. Eyeball him, see if his father was under duress or anything, who was in the car with him, and then, okay, don't do that again, so long.
Jonathan and I talked about this just a little while ago. We think that they may have been attempting to see if he was going to hold, to see if he was going to, put the accelerator to the floor and just take off. And twice like this. So
I'm so funny. And this is uncommon for the Bureau of False for a long period of time. I would doubt there was many other things going on that they knew who he was and were trying to check things out. But one of the things I found very interesting in that circumstances, I felt like the father I've been going through and pouring through your series, Fill in the Blanks, when you talk about Machiavellian, narcissism, and psychopaths. And when I watch him, I think he's already starting to display the signs of somebody who's playing the game. He's being satiated again by this game. And that's kind of what I saw there. I didn't see him as nervous as I did see him trying to think his way through something. And his father you can see the difference in somebody there that is truly nervous. His father was truly nervous.
Oh, annoyance, too. There is one point where he's clearly not answering the question that is asked. Where are you going? Going to get Thai food. You know that's not what this officer is asking. He's asking where you are going, not just for Thai food. And his dad keeps saying, we're from Washington State University, and then we're heading to Pennsylvania. And there's a split second where he says that, and Koberger looks down, and he does that is what I zeroed in on.
Yeah,
he's too much information.
So he's clearly thinking, good, you shut up and roll that window up so we can get the hell on down the road. Now, a classmate reveals how Koberger behaved in the days following the murder.
Want to buy a piece?
That's really interesting.
Yes, come on and try them. There them. Let's try one.
That's how Ben Roberts described Brian Koberger's demeanor before he let the winner break. I did notice when he became a Rosario, he became a little more animated.
I do get a sense that a big part of this is
It's a game he believed he was winning up until his arrest, and maybe he still thinks he can get away with it.
young people are struggling with feelings of helplessness, depression, thoughts of suicide.
Kids are in the way of crisis management every night. It's taking a public health approach that already exists for physical health and adapting it to mental health.
I'm not scared, but we're talking about
Most people think the word mental health means someone has a problem.
fill in the blanks.
Mental health isn't having a problem. It's
is how you address the challenges in your life.
Available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Keeping an eye on the forecast helps you make the most out of your day, especially if you're on the move.
Making it easier to fast, our gorgeous state has to from mountain peaks to storm skies.
Meteorologists keeping track of the weather we've got you covered.
For every kind of weather reporting you can trust.
Join us for an engaging and inspiring service from Sagebrush Church that the whole family will. Each week, you will have the opportunity to take part in amazing worship and learn how you can make your personal relationship with God a priority. Watch us on TV, stream us online, or visit us in person at one of our 8 physical locations. Go to sagebrush.church or download the Sagebrush.
The biggest event of the year is more furniture.
Your best night's rest is available at an incredible value.
That suits your sleep style and outfit your bed with a free set of sheets, mattress protector, and 2 free Tempur-Pedic pillows.
We will also remove your old mattress with free white glove delivery of your new one.
Plus, you can take a full 72 months to pay with interest-free financing. Don't wait. The biggest Tempur-Pedic sale of the year is on now, only at More Furniture. Mike's Roofing is quick to respond and will take the time to explain what they need to do to make sure your roof is leak-free for years to come. Call Mike's Roofing today for a free estimate. 505-322-3014.
If all I knows about saving money, everything I wear, I've had since boot camp.
And I just saved on car insurance for driving safe with USA Pay.
Auto insurance and taxes.
That's the one, honey.
Bath remodeling was revolutionized in this garage in 1984 when 3 brothers created the iconic bath fitter tub-over-tub process. To that, the industry standard now for beautiful baths with a strip or high cost. Every bath fitter needs precision measurement, the highest quality fluid, perfect preparation, and perfect installation backed by a lifetime warranty. Bath fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to get your free consultation.
After the murder, suspect brought
Yeah, baby.
at Washington State University, where classmate Ben Clemens told cable news network News Nation he noticed changes in Brian.
I have to put them out there. It's one of what food is.
That's how Ben Roberts describes
People food.
He became a little more animated. He was always showing up a little late, and he was always showing up with a cup of coffee. It seemed like he was more exhausted going into the tail end of the
Roberts, Moscow murders were not discussed in class, but often
Yes, because I gotta get one.
when everybody in the room knew that he knew what was going on. He had to make absolutely sure you understood that he was smart, that he had this
You need another one?
capacity.
Everybody is
No food yet. Okay, honey.
interested. I don't think this case is nearly over. I don't think this is an open and shut case. I think it's going to be, it could be 2 years before this gets to trial if it does, right? And this guy's not a bricklayer or an accountant or whatever. He's in a program for criminology, and he really fancies himself really smart, smartest person in the room, and he studied criminology, and he applied to the police department for an internship, right? So he's immersed himself in all of this, and I do get a sense that a big part of this is a game.
I think it's a game. It's a game. This alleged killer is the person they're looking for. He clearly led to mistakes because he left DNA. The killer saw someone in the house. There definitely is mistakes in that he probably thought he knew better.
But let me point something out here that worries me, because everybody's talked about the fact that the behavior suggests that this wasn't the saw one before and followed the home and did this on it.
What?
What?
Don't you want something to eat? I mean, is it because of me or something?
His phone beings 12 times, suggesting stalking around the house. He turns it off. The cries, then the phone comes back on. These are really stupid mistakes. And I'm wondering if the defense here is going to be to flip the script and say, come on, this guy's trained in criminology. He's brilliant. He's in a PhD program. Do you really think he doesn't have sense enough to leave his phone at home if he's going to do that? Do you think he would set up an electronic trail of stalking around the house with 12 pings, then turn his phone off, do the crime, then turn it back on? Right,
You got a $50 sub here.
He's pointing fingers. He's not that dumb. I'm afraid they're going to use.
How do you do it? You just take it?
As a defense,
I've never seen one like that. Trust me, I thought these was perfect.
To have reasonable doubt. You get one juror with oppositional defiant disorder that goes against the rest of the jury, and this guy walks out with a hung jury. That's why I say this is not open.
Greatest vulnerabilities to the prosecution of this killer, if he is in fact the killer, is going to be the collection of evidence and his profile as a person. So the fact that he is so educated has this great degree. How weird is that you're one of the mass killer who's actually getting a PhD in criminology? It doesn't fit the bill.
We got the sheet that we have now. And the biggest thing, we held into this car. The car is a rolling crime scene.
What are you looking at? A social experiment?
Closed captioning for
If you Walmart, you know. With everyday low prices, your dollar goes even further. So you can do more with the people you love. You spend a little less to get a little more. To make life a little better.
Crashes involving human smugglers trying to cross the borders. The Border Patrol to change its pursuit policies. One of them just today here see. But some lawmakers argue with letting criminals off the hook. Also, a state lawmaker wants to prohibit prescribed drugs during certain times of the year. Can't the state tell the feds what to do? And the news spends a lot of helping others shut together for just that. This
And I'll make one more point, Cuomo. This right now, this is the big story that news station is putting on. It's now unique. It doesn't happen on the other cables. The talent and the producers are too lazy to do it. And they know it's much easier to throw that T-bone steak at their ideological parties. So they don't bother to bid anymore. This is it. Why?
Before and after. Before and after. Have you ever before? Now's the time to call Bathfitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right. Backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it's just Bathfitter. Visit bathfitter.com for a free consultation.
That's what I do.
It's time to move this along. Take the next step.
I hear you. You're tired of waiting.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait. You're not like those other guys.
You make your classes right there in their same day lab.
No waiting?
Mm-mm.
Do you like your friend though?
You mind if I finish your cannoli?
It's all yours, bud.
Bye.
Get 2 pairs of glasses for $89. This is your day. Glasses. Best way to buy glasses.
Let's take a look at the survey that Brian Colbert did.
What?
How did you travel to the location that the crime occurred? How did you proceed? Did you prepare? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this point. When you committed the crime, what were you thinking and feeling? What was the first move you made in order to accomplish your goal? Please detail these thoughts and feelings. Before making your move, how did you approach the victim or target? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling. After arriving, what steps did you take prior to locating the victim or target? It is the person or object. Please detail your thoughts and feelings.
Here's what the prosecution's going to use. They're going to use that survey against him. If you match up that survey against that affidavit, it's mind-blowing. The very first question he asks in that survey, where he's trying to ask about the emotions that people are feeling when they're committing crimes, is how did you target your victims? Well, you go back to the affidavit and then go back to the 12 pingings of his phone in and around that place. Well, he's getting information from criminals and how they successfully committed these crimes. That very first step is something that he's already done. The second step, well, what did you do in preparation for the crime? Well, if he's in fact the killer, obviously he's only a suspect, he turns the phone off. We know that in the affidavit it says that phone turned off for the duration of the time he originally traveled to the home, committed the crimes, and then until he was back on the highway did the phone go back up. So all these steps that he asked these criminals in the survey, he seems to have duplicated in his according to doctors. And frankly, so if that's the case, if this is a successful prosecution, what are we looking at? A sick social experiment?
Part of it is he's wanting to live vicariously through it, and part of it is he's wanting to know what to expect because I don't have normal emotions.
What is? Oh, you just look at me like you don't know what I'm doing. Oh, you like squinty or something. Okay, just a second. So you know when I get up again, it hurts. Okay, crazy. I don't have to much stuff. You need to take a nap over here? No?
Yeah, and it's been on these are things that you ask, but in the
I get it, Phil.
Somewhat of guilt because when he turned it on, those are the actions of the cell phone that you saw the videotape is actually proof that he's structural behavior that is not to get caught.
Don't just be smart with them.
There's a rolling conversation because anything that happened in that house, we know was against it. It's transferred from him. To travel across the country to their home adjacent to the workplace. Just, just absorb that for a second. There has been reports, apparently, the FBI may have had some sitting on Winston the call down there.
I think the knife potentially be found because I think like the car and these things I think generational that go back for me.
So she thinks he left that shoot on purpose.
It could be. I mean, it's almost as if, and we've seen this with other
this continues because I think he fits a pattern. When we look at what he did in Pennsylvania in a brewery and how he acted, and he was asked to leave, not due to his behavior, he was a scoffer. He asked his behavior to his parents, who were I think that leads to this perfect somebody who will, he was also holy, and then he, was very intellectual and very all these things are pushing towards this repeating every now and then. The perfect storm occurs where one of these individuals goes to the point where they actually carry out these desires. I think they're going to find that the FBI is the one to do that.
They would certainly stay out there. They may have more than we already know. One of the victim's roommates saw each other face to face after she heard cries. Why did it take her 8 hours to call the police? Talk about that next.
Oh. Who's on there today?
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil.
My son has been labeled a juvenile delinquent.
If a child is breaking the law, he runs over a cop who had to be airlifted to the hospital.
I don't care about the law.
Should they be locked up?
I don't believe in detention.
I wonder what that police officer's wife thinks about that. Or rehabilitating.
I want to see change in the juvenile justice system.
We've got to protect the community and the child from self-destructive. Closed captioning provided by
Here, up here.
roll of a lifetime. One sore throat.
Here, she can't hang over there. No, what? What's wrong? She's got pads there. It's all clean except for the end of the bed spread. She has some more pads.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushion soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
I got a white of mine.
Type 2 diabetes? Discover the Ozempic Trizone. Ozempic Trizone, I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight.
In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as stroke, heart attack, or death in adults also with no heart disease. And you may lose weight. Adults lost up to 14 pounds. Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, gallbladder problems may occur, and provide about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Ask your healthcare provider about the Ozempic Trizone.
You may pay as little as $25.
Your floors are usually the first thing people notice in your home. So make your first step to Stonewood Flooring. We're a local family-owned business that cares about our customers, no matter how big or small their project may be. With a well-organized showroom and top selection, you're sure to find something to fit your style and budget. Visit our showroom to discover new and exclusive products or browse some favorite modern and traditional designs.
Support your local small businesses.
Stonewood Flooring, your flooring specialists.
The biggest Tempur-Pedic event of the year is on right now at More Furniture.
Your best night's rest is available at an incredible value.
Choose the Tempur-Pedic that suits your sleep style and outfit your bed with a free set of sheets, mattress protector, and 2 free Tempur-Pedic pillows.
We will also remove your old mattress with free white glove delivery of your new one.
Plus, you can take a full 72 months to pay with interest-free financing. Don't wait. The biggest Tempur-Pedic sale of the year is on now, only at More Furniture.
Aim high and don't sell yourself short. Know that you are capable. Understand, a lot of people battle with a lot of things. So know that it's not just you, you're not alone. If you're battling with a nicotine addiction, call 1-800-QUIT now. Get yourself a free quick coach, gum, lozenges, and pouches, and quit nicotine for good. It doesn't matter what the odds are, It only matters what happens next.
After you've been injured, having a lawyer who knows Mexico and understands local law makes all the difference.
We know New Mexico, and we are like the law firm.
That's where the letters
The Cibola General Hospital has been caring for the community for over 60 years. You can trust our commitment to providing excellent medical care with a personal touch. Every patient, every time. Hometown Care in Grants, New Mexico. Let our family care for your family.
One thing back to the affidavit that I think a lot of people were surprised by was the fact that the base was a late and the 911 call wasn't made until hours and hours later.
I do know Dylan is really young and she was probably really scared. And until we have any more information, I think everyone should stop passing judgments because you don't know what you would do in that situation.
One of the surviving roommates was actually face to face with the murderer, but was frozen in fear, and police were not called until 12 noon the next day. Now, as you just saw on Cable News Network, News Nation, Haley's sister, Olivia, says, don't be too quick to judge. Now, let me talk about that for a minute. I wasn't there, and you weren't there. And we know now what happened. We know now what that perpetrator had done when they were walking down that hall to exit the house. That roommate didn't know that. She didn't know what murders had been committed. She didn't know what this person was doing. So I don't know what was in her head at the time, but I know we know things now that she didn't know in the middle of the night right there, and we don't know what was normal for that house. People coming and going, and 4 different people living there, and the door. There's somebody, and I'm not saying that someone else might have done something different, but people have different responses when you don't know where they are. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be too quick to judge a young person in that situation. When we know small murders have just been committed, she doesn't know that. She just knows there's somebody going by in the hall out there, and somebody maybe mind your own business. I don't know what the norm is for that house. Now, I want to hear someone else in this conversation. Reporter Brian Hinton from the news station is in where he has been covering this story from day one. Brian, welcome. You've interviewed all of Kaylee's family. If you can, share with us what their overall feelings in regard to this particular suspect and how they're understanding that the boy will not be very well. I understand that.
Yeah, they say Dr. Phillips felt a sense of joy and relief when the arrest was made, obviously, because they've been living on edge, worried that this person's still out there. So initially felt relief, but now feel this killer just being overwhelmed. I mean, I was in the courtroom here in Moscow, Idaho. It's a small courtroom. The family was there when Brian Kohberger was brought in. They were sitting just about 5 to 7 feet away from Kohberger, so they just felt so overwhelmed by being that close to the man accused of killing Kaylee, and just sort of this feeling that now they've got to go through the full court process. They say they want to do every single hearing, and I just knowing how difficult that's going to be moving forward. Like you were talking about the surviving group, they are standing by her right now. You heard Kaylee's sister Olivia say it, Dr. Phil. They don't want people to judge that roommate right now, saying that no one was in her shoes and no one knows exactly how they would have reacted in that situation.
Well, I couldn't agree more. And if they believe this is the right person, they have to envision this monster of a perpetrator being on top of their beautiful, innocent, sweet daughter with a horrific weapon in their hand, stabbing her to death, and then sitting 5 feet away from that person. How did they do that? What was their? How did they look at this?
I mean, they're an incredibly strong family. I can say that after talking to them since the beginning of all of this, because we've been on the ground here in Idaho. And I think this was probably the most challenging part. I mean, Kaylee's mom, Christy, was visibly emotional during the whole thing. I think one thing that they're having a really hard time with is to go through that affidavit. You mentioned it all, the cell phone pings, the timestamps, and the 12 times police say the Kohberger was outside this house behind me, the murders. The family was having text messages and phone calls that they had with Kaylee talking about baking recipes, and they were on the phone with her during some of those times when Kohberger is accused of stalking the house, and that's been really, really hard for them. Matching up those happy times with Kohberger may have been right outside.
Wow, that's got to be eerie for them. And I know you've spoken to prosecutor Thompson, and after the break, I want you to tell us about that conversation. We'll be right back. Is there something you really care about? Something you want to do something about? A cause you want to join? A social injustice you want to protest? But you don't know where to start? This is a place. Text Phil, PHIL, at 88.
When coincidence keep you up, try Vicks Night Clear. Just one dose.
I'd like to have his name.
They'll take you from 9 to
Yes, I got to find his name. Yeah.
Significant symptom relief in Scalise, including abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Scalise is the first and only IL-23 inhibitor for use accumulator post-clinical remission. The majority of people with Scalise achieve long-lasting remission at 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, have a vaccine or plan to. Liver problems may occur with Crohn's disease.
Ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Scalise.
Wondering what actually goes into your alternative magnesium? It's innovation, organic ingredients, and fermentation. Fermentation? Yes. Formulated to help your body really, truly absorb the natural goodness. Wellness, wellness. If you want, you know. Everyday low prices. Your dollar goes even further.
Hello.
So you can do more with the people you love. You spend a little less. To get a little more. To make life a little better. Are you 40 to 65 years old and experiencing hot flashes due to menopause? Local doctors need your help with the Oasis Research Study. We're testing the safety and effectiveness of investigational medication to see hot flashes. Participants may receive all study-related care at no cost, and compensation may be available. To learn more, call 505-207-0287. Text Oasis to 69841 or visit oasisstudies.com.
A solid golf swing has to start with your feet. With my foot pain got to the point where I didn't even want to play golf anymore. I tried a lot of things and nothing worked. And I saw a commercial for the Good Feet store and I decided to give it a shot. Now with the ARC supports, I can focus on my golf game and forget about my feet. I'm Sabrina, and that's my Good Feet story. There we go, that's right.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Final day, here at Clarence at National Furniture Liquidators, savings up to 90% off. Like a lockdown balance like steals on everything for your home. Our sofas $199 while they last. Get tables starting at $38. King beds $199 or point US mattresses worth $244 and more. Final markdowns plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selections, nobody beats yours.
is how it's surrounding the Idaho murder. The suspect. Right now, we're really getting down to what's happening in Moscow, Idaho, and we're talking to Brian Epp, who is there on the ground, has talked to family members, and has also spoken to Prosecutor Bill Thompson. Can you tell us what he says in your conversations with him? How confident are they? Do they have a prosecution plan, and do they have a lot more than they've revealed so far?
I can tell you this. Basically, everyone on the outside thought that they needed it. Amongst law enforcement here, because it turns out they do a lot from the very early stages. We were working very, very hard behind the scenes, and according to those people, had a very, very solid case. But at this point, the gag order is now in effect, so they've stopped all communication with the family, with the public, and with the media too.
Is it your sense that they are confident in their case?
Yes, I think they're very confident. They got the DNA link from the snap on the knife sheath, and I was in Pennsylvania when the arrest went down. One of the first things they did when they got Koberger into custody is they did another direct DNA swab on him. We don't know the results of that. We'll hopefully find out at the next hearing, but likely they're going to try to connect him directly to DNA, not just through ancestry.
He waived extradition after came back to Idaho in due course. I'm curious what your opinion of that is, being there. That does one thing for sure. It allows them to see the indictment and know what the prosecution has, as opposed to fighting extradition and not knowing that right away. From the defense side, did they say anything in court that gave you any indication of what their position might be in all of this?
All they said in court before we left Pennsylvania was that he was innocent. They put out a statement saying that, and he wanted to get back here to fight the charges. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Dr. Phil. The way the law is set up in Idaho, when he was in Pennsylvania, Koberger and his team, his lawyers, they weren't allowed to see the probable cause affidavit. He had to be on the ground here in Idaho to be released even to them. So they were basically flying blind when they were in Pennsylvania. They didn't have any of the details. So it seems they wanted to rush him back here so that they could at least find out what was going on behind the scenes in terms of what police and the prosecution actually do.
I can't thank you enough for taking the time to talk to us about this. I know you're on the ground up there, and there's nothing like being there and getting a sense of the vibe of the community and what's going on. And I hope we can talk again, Brian. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Great job. Great job. Police were seen removing blood-stained mattresses, trash bags, and cardboard boxes from the Moscow, Idaho murder scene just a few days ago. We'll talk about that. Monday, on the phone with Dr. Phil. The juvenile lawbreakers be locked up.
I don't believe in detention.
He runs over a cop.
I don't care about the law.
We've got to protect the community and the child from self-destruction. That's Monday.
Dancing is everything. Soccer is the best.
Oh, the bed did not know what was done. Everything's clean. We got pads and the floor and put it up. I don't have the slipper.
Now, my skin's not as itchy.
Where's what? You tired? Why?
And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block the key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur and be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
Keeping an eye on the forecast helps you make the most out of your day, especially if you're on the move.
making it easier to see the best our gorgeous state has to offer. From mountain peaks
To star-filled skies. Our team of meteorologists is keeping track of the weather all over the land of enchantment, especially when it looks like this.
So whether you're out cutting the perfect dip
Or looking for the best views in the state, we've got you covered.
For every kind of day, weather reporting you can trust. If you're injured in a serious accident, the insurance company is not your friend. Don't accept a low-ball offer. Make the call to a fighter, a winner. Call 1-800-2-KELLER. Welcome to Duke City Recovery Tool. Much more than just recovery treatment for addictions. Duke City has behavioral health services that include counseling, peer support groups, tailored medication, an in-house pharmacy, and on-site medical services available to anybody in the community. Treatment is most effective when it meets your needs and your schedule. That's why our clinic has extended hours. Live a life free of addiction. Duke City Recovery Toolbox, an addiction recovery center for body, mind, and spirit.
After my accident, I didn't know who to call, who to trust.
Protect your future. Go after all the money you're entitled to.
I called Keller and Keller.
I got a big check, almost $3 million.
Right here in Albuquerque.
Tell the insurance company you need business.
Is your child full of anxiety? Does it seem like anything triggers your tween or teen into a panic attack? Do you blame the pandemic, social media, or a change in your family unit? Or do you think your children these days are too spoiled and too coddled? If you're looking for solutions to your child's mental health challenges, log on to drphil.com and tell me your story. We ran out of time today, but we have much more to talk about in the case of the Idaho College killings and suspect Bryan Kohberger. Will the murder weapon be found? Were the killings premeditated? And what was Kohberger like as a child? We hear from one of his high school friends. And was there a connection to the BTK killing? We'll talk to serial killer Dennis Rader's daughter, who lists some eerie similarities. Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. Often clues to who the killer is can be found in your childhood. He was overweight, bullied.
not a single romantic partner has come forward.
Was the suspect in contact with the BTK serial killer?
We know that Kohberger studied my dad.
Nowhere in there do they say, we know our son and we know he didn't do this. That's tomorrow. You do not want to miss tomorrow. I thank all of my guests and a special thanks to Brian Hinton from News Station. For more information on this episode, go to drphil.com. We'll see you tomorrow.
Local reporting you can trust. You're watching KRQ News 13-4.
The police and Border Patrol are investigating a crash in TRC involving suspected illegal immigrants. Witnesses tell the Sierra County Sentinel that they saw the Border Patrol chasing the vehicle after it bypassed the checkpoint on I-25. Border Patrol called off the chase, but the vehicle continued on the off-ramp, crashing at the traffic light there. The Sentinel reports that at least one person was injured and several, about a dozen, according to witnesses, took off. Police and Border Patrol are still looking for them. There have been a series of crashes like this. Another one not too long ago, also in TRC. Amid pressure, U.S. Border Patrol authorities are now changing the rules on how officials carry out vehicle pursuits, which is getting mixed reaction from advocacy groups and lawmakers. Here's News 13's Ariana Kraft.
We know that these high-speed pursuits are incredibly dangerous.
Immigration advocates have criticized Border Patrol officials for high-speed chases that have led to illegal immigrants dying.
People have died as recently as Sunday in Santa Teresa when there was a high-speed pursuit initiated by Border Patrol.
On Wednesday, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection announced a policy change that impacts how officials decide when to chase a vehicle or when a pursuit should be stopped. This comes after the agency reviewed cases where passengers died when drivers fled law enforcement. The new policy outlines a framework for weighing the risks of a pursuit, benefit, or need.
I think this is an important acknowledgement from CBP that their previous policy was not working, was not doing its job in protecting the safety of everyone.
Senator Crystal Diamond says border communities don't feel safe and isn't confident this change will decrease the amount of criminal activity happening.
They're bringing this dangerous criminal activity that's coming across the border that doesn't just threaten for a long time our border communities, those that are living along the border, and our law enforcement officers, but it's also threatening the safety and security of migrants who are crossing.
And Diamond says there's simply not enough resources to support the amount of people crossing the border.
The challenge is that our rural communities don't have the resources to respond to them. We don't have food, we don't have shelter, and we cannot meet their healthcare needs.
But the ACLU says it's happy to see this policy change, which also creates incident reporting requirements to improve transparency and accountability.
What's important is making sure that people are safe in our communities, in our border communities, that they're not having, that people are able to go to school and not have to worry about a high-speed pursuit happening, where they're dropping off their kids just because Border Patrol initiated something that did not need to be initiated.
The agency-wide policy change will go into effect on May 1st. Ariana Kraft, KRQE News 13.
Republican Senator Crystal Diamond says in the upcoming legislative session she'll be introducing a bill that would allocate funding to create communication infrastructure. Her bill would focus on building more cell phone towers along the border to help with that. Clovis police are investigating whether foul play was involved in the deaths of 4 people. The victims were found in a burning home early this morning in the 500 block of Wallace. Firefighters say when they made entry, the 4 were already dead, but it's unclear if the fire was the cause of death. Fire marshals and detectives of Clovis police are investigating. The identities of those killed have not been released. Well, warm day out there today, but a big storm is heading this way for the weekend. Here's meteorologist Trent Osgood.
Yeah, much quieter weather has returned today after yesterday's storm system brought in all of that wind. Temperatures are actually quite a bit cooler, though, down in the southeastern New Mexico, where we're in the mid-50s this afternoon. Yesterday, we made it up to 70 in Roswell. Now we're sitting at 57, but we're a degree warmer than yesterday here in the metro, climbing into the lower 50s. As we have some warmer weather returning to most of the state, but you can see where the biggest temperature change over the last 24 hours has been for those areas down in the southeastern New Mexico, where Carlsbad and Hobbs are over 10 degrees cooler right now compared to where we were sitting at this time yesterday afternoon. But this is the best news of all, is that the winds are light. In fact, we're even looking at some calm conditions across much of the state, but at most winds at about 10 miles per hour, sustained. They're even lighter than that here in Albuquerque, as we also have plenty of sunshine across New Mexico this afternoon, too. Just a few clouds up in southern Colorado and up into San Juan County, with a few cirrus clouds streaming in from the west. We're going to hang on to these dry conditions into Saturday. That all changes with that storm system moving in. I'll show you what you can expect coming up later. Kim.
Okay, thanks, Trent. A Las Cruces area search and rescue team is mourning the loss of one of their own. Rescuer Mitchell Russell had just celebrated his 30th birthday when he was shot and killed while trying to stop a suspected car burglar. Corinne Sanchez from the Fox affiliate in El Paso has a story.
Mitchell was a truly unique person. Anybody that met Mitchell, you just immediately, the way he was just so open-hearted, and he loved everybody. He really did.
Last Friday, Mitchell Russell was shot and killed after police say he confronted an alleged car burglar. Court records show a Walmart employee pointed out the suspect to Russell, who police later identified as David Chavez with the help of surveillance video. Chavez has an extensive criminal background. Police say he had 4 active warrants for failure to appear to court on previous charges. He was also arrested last year after an officer-involved shooting and charged with resisting arrest, which were later dismissed.
He had a kind heart, and he had, want to say that he always wanted to be the good guy. And unfortunately, today, being a good guy cost him his life.
I spoke with Vic Villalobos, one of his longtime colleagues who knew Russell since he was 18 when he fell off the cliff and was rescued by Mississippi Valley Search and Rescue Team. Villalobos says since that moment, Russell knew he wanted to be a part of their team.
He always wanted to be the good guy, and he was just a great kid. He really was a great man. He went from a great kid to becoming a great man as he grew older.
Villalobos tells me the last time he saw him was the Monday before he was killed. He had just introduced his new girlfriend to them, who he said was the love of his life.
We were very blessed to be able to meet her and to be able to see him again one last time.
Villalobos tells me Russell had just gotten a new job with the Forest Service and was managing 2 wild Mustang herds in northern New Mexico. In his life, he traveled the world visiting countries like China, where he helped orphans, and Africa, where he did community service.
Mitch had so much to offer in everything he did. He was a man of the world, and it is truly a loss to everybody that knew him and everybody that was part of his life, and honestly, everybody that would have known him in his future.
That was KFOX's Corinne Sanchez. Funeral services for Russell are set for Monday. New Mexico's Attorney General is joining the Supreme Court's brief in support of the state debt forgiveness plan. Earl Doda says 22 and joins 22 other state attorneys general, arguing the CARES Act does allow the federal government to provide limited relief to prevent borrowers from facing financial hardship amid the pandemic. More New Mexico teachers are getting some student loan forgiveness from the state. The Higher Education Department says it's awarded funding to 966 teachers and renewed funding for another 445. The state has $5 million last year to spend on that teacher loan repayment program. Each teacher is eligible for up to $6,000 per year for 2 years to put toward federal student loan debt. Teachers in high-need areas and schools get covered. Now, Higher Ed is asking for $10 million for the program next year. More classified documents were found, this time at President Biden's Delaware home. This comes as the DOJ is launching a special counsel investigation into the matter, and now House Republicans are launching an investigation. Here's Skylar Henry.
Attorney General Merrick Garland announced he's appointing former federal prosecutor Robert Hur as a special counsel to investigate how President Biden still had classified materials from his time as vice president.
The extraordinary circumstances here require the appointment of a special counsel for this matter. This appointment underscores for the public the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters.
The first batch of classified documents were found at the former vice president's private office on November 2nd and turned over to the National Archives, who notified the DOJ 2 days later. More documents were found in the president's Wilmington, Delaware garage in December, and Biden's lawyers confirmed today that they found another document at his home.
I take classified documents and classified materials seriously. I also said we cooperated fully and completed with the Justice Department's review.
CBS News has learned some of the people who worked for Mr. Biden during his time as vice president have already been questioned by the DOJ. House Republicans say they want to know what kind of danger the documents pose to national security.
Clearly, he has mishandled these classified documents. There's issues of concerns of national security. I've requested a threat assessment from the Director of National Intelligence.
Other Republicans say the DOJ treated former President Trump much harsher, raiding his Mar-a-Lago home to find classified material that the National Archives repeatedly requested he return.
You watched the leaked photos of sitting out files of President Trump? Where's the photos of President Biden's documents?
House Republicans have already launched an investigation looking into the Department of Justice and its handling of former President Trump's case. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The American Cancer Society is out with a new report showing the number of cancer deaths overall are down. Why it's not all good news? Plus, for the excitement, a group of school kids had after they spotted elk crossing the river. Then coming up later, frightening video of a man opening fire inside an Albuquerque bar. On News 13 at 5:30, watch as bargoers keep his gun.
Get weather when you want it, where you want it. Download the KRQE weather app today.
My wife and I found the record with our kids, and after that happened, we decided to go in a row. The money that we got from the settlement was definitely life-changing, and it's helped us out so much.
It's a new year. Time to get out of the old and into the new with Ford at your New Mexico Ford dealer. Now, Ford Motor Company is offering 3.9% financing for 60 months on the 2022 Ford F-150. That's 3.9% financing for 60 months on the 22 Ford F-150 F-Series. America's #1 selling truck for 46 years running. See why Ford is New Mexico's favorite brand today at your New Mexico Ford dealer. We're built Ford proud.
2022 Silverado 1500 pickups or current competitive English at $32.50 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Need more than a job? Looking for an exciting career? New Mexico Department of Corrections wants you at our next Cadet Academy to begin a rewarding career as a corrections or parole officer.
With COVID, so many people have been unemployed, but I've been able to provide for my family, and I'm thankful for this opportunity.
It's time to start your journey as a New Mexico State employee with competitive pay and benefits. Join us at the New Mexico Department of Corrections. Call us today at 505-827-8900. Go to city.nm.gov for more information.
Final day, here in Clarence at National Furniture Liquidators, savings up to 90% off. Final markdowns now in place. Deals on everything for your home. Hot sofas $199 while they last. End tables starting at $38. King beds $199. Or Point Beauty Rest mattress as low as $244 and more. Final markdowns plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selections, nobody beats yours.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living as chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
See what we can do for you with a free heart support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We did the Sierra Grande fire, the Las Conchas fire, and the Dogman fire.
We're New Mexico attorneys. We live here, we work here. We're not from out of state. We want to see you recover.
When you're hurt in a car wreck, this is what the insurance companies want to pay you. This is what we want to get you. Call the Red Road Injury Attorneys today.
Now, we just review your case of cases.
We win big. We are Fasheen Vice Winner Injury Lawyers.
Let's check your traffic. Here's Steve Trella.
Here we have an accident blocking up the right lane. This is 40 eastbound. Plenty of delays in that area, but it should be going into the clearing stages. 40 westbound, you're looking good. You're right there at the speed limit. Now, 45 southbound in San Antonio, the right lane is blocked by an accident. 25 northbound between Comanche and San Antonio, that is running slow. Steve Trella, KRQE News 13, traffic.
A new report shows that deaths from cancer have dropped dramatically in the last 3 decades, but cases of advanced stage prostate cancer and deaths are on the rise. Bradley Blackburn has more.
Jerry Jackson is a 69-year-old grandfather who says he owes the last decade of his life to a simple blood test.
If I hadn't had that, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you.
In 2013, after his PSA test came back elevated, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer and needed radiation therapy.
How are you doing today? 100%.
Prostate cancer is highly curable if detected early. But the new report from the American Cancer Society shows since 2011, cases of advanced stage prostate cancer have increased 4 to 5% every year. More men are dying from the disease, even as cancer deaths